Welcome to a very bookish weekend. We are starting as a winner today. What did I win? I'm so glad you asked. My apartment complex was giving out these heart-shaped pizzas from Papa Murphy's. They're like $8. I live like in kind of like a spread out apartment complex, and you could just see people flocking. I started walking I live the farthest probably from the office, and I started walking at 11:58. I'm walking, I see people coming out of their houses to walk with me, and they were starting to run out of pizzas when I was there. They had like candy and stuff too, and I didn't take any of that because you might need a consolation prize if you're expecting pizza and there is no pizza. And also they were giving them out at noon. I'm a work from home girly. So a lot of people probably didn't get these. Also a lot of people that go into work and work really hard and probably deserve this more than I do. However, I'm a winner. But bookish weekend. Nothing to do with pizza. I was just really excited about it, and I need to tell you. My husband is gone. He's having a fun little trip in California with his friends. And it's also Valentine's Day weekend, so I will be doing bookish things. We celebrated Valentine's Day last weekend. I am not pressed about it, to be so clear. I'm excited to have a weekend alone, actually. Well, not alone. I have a friend coming over tomorrow, and we are going to watch movies, and I'm gonna work on my book journal, so you'll be seeing some of that. Look at her. I should put banana peppers on this. If you don't know, pepperoni and banana peppers are elite. What else are we gonna be doing? I have so many books that I want to get rid of, and I'm going to be taking them to a couple different bookshops based off of a couple different things, probably Saturday morning before my friend gets here. Exactly. So we're getting rid of a bunch of books. I'm still supposed to be on a book buying ban, but I do think that I have a couple books to pick up because I do get paid in books from Midsummer, so we're probably gonna go pick those up. Ship out any Pango orders that come in because I put my entire Pango store on like 30% off. Too late for you by the time you're seeing this, but maybe there's more books up there now. And maybe hopefully shipping out some Pango orders because I want them out of my house. I want all of these books that I don't want in my house out. My car is still in the shop, but I have my husband's pickup to be using this weekend, so we'll see how that goes. And any other bookish things that you can think of. Oh, I want to do some content around like the highest rated, the most rated, the worst rated books on my TBR, but they're not all in Goodreads. Like all of the books that I own are not on my own shelf on Goodreads. So I want to go through all of those and put them on my Goodreads shelf. That's not going to be very interesting to watch, but I am going to do it, and you are going to watch it. I'm also so excited for my pizza. I'm so hungry, and I'm so excited to be done with work. I'm not done with work yet. In spirit, I'm excited. Also, all of the good weather is gone that Portland was having during the week. All of the sun is gone. I think it might snow next week. Like, Portland definitely needs precipitation. It's been so dry and warm this winter. It's going to be quite a bad fire season, but hopefully it's fine. And we might go to a bookish event on Sunday. We'll see. I'm not like too excited about it, but it's at Midsummer and I feel like I should go support. So, and it's a book that I haven't read yet, but I love an indie author. I think they're an indie author. Ooh, also, most of what I'm reading right now are for vlogs, so I probably won't really update you on what I'm reading, but I am reading How to Be Anti-Racist by Ear McSkendy, so maybe I'll update you on that. It's very good so far, like beyond what I needed right now. So, and I'm buddy reading it with my friend Sarah, who is also on here. Go check her out. She mostly does like short form content on here, but she's starting to post some longer stuff, which I'm excited about. So go follow her. That's about it. I'm excited for my vaguely heart-shaped pizza and to be done with work. And I will update you once we start adding things to Goodreads, because that's probably the only thing that I'll do for you tonight. Okay, I didn't film a lot of it because it was a lot of me going up and down on shelves and then typing things on Goodreads, and Goodreads was being so, hi, how you doing? So slow that it was just mostly me being stationary and waiting for the app to load. And normally I would just use Storygraph, but Goodreads is where more people have been reading things, obviously just like in terms of time too. And the reason that I was adding a bunch of things to Goodreads that are on my shelves is because I want to do some videos surrounding that. Like I'm gonna do, I wrote it down because I am on top of it, sorry. Most rated books, not highest rated, just like assuming most read books off of my TBR, the highest rated ones, the lowest rated ones, and the least rated ones. And I think that should be really fun. And I also discovered that out of all of the books that are on my want to read Goodreads shelf, The lowest rated ones are actually on my NetGalley shelf, not on my physical shelf. So that's interesting. So I think I'm gonna do like a bonus kind of video for that, and it will also get some like already released books off of my NetGalley shelf, because like obviously the books that aren't out yet on my NetGalley shelf, not enough people have actually rated those. Like not everyone has access to them yet, so I wasn't counting those ones for any of these categories, but it'll be able to get like 20 books off of my physical TBR and then another 5 off of my NetGalley shelf, which will be good because my NetGalley score is suffering as per usual. That was really useful for me, not very exciting for you to watch. I also need to put some books back on my shelf because I filmed a video. I don't think that's going to be interesting either. And then I need to get some pictures together, like book covers, for my book journal. I don't know, maybe we'll film a little bit of that and print them off. I still can't find my little photo printer, but I did find photo paper and I have a regular printer. So I will just cut them up and use glue. I will suffer. It will be fine. I really, really wanted to keep up on my book journal this year, and it's already February and I'm super behind because I lost my little photo printer at the very end of 2025. Luckily after I had done my book journal, but I'm now behind and I need to catch up, which is annoying, but it's only February, so I feel like I have the time to do it. And we'll do that tomorrow. We'll probably do all of this tomorrow. I still need to read my nonfiction pages for the book that I mentioned earlier, so maybe I'll give you a little update on that, but otherwise I'm probably not going to update you again tonight. I'm so excited to get rid of some books and to go to some bookstores that I'm not getting rid of books at. I do like a 100 indie bookstores within 100 miles of Portland thing on my TikTok, and I'm going to go to some bookstores I've never gone to. So I'm really excited about that. And we're going to drop off some books at Second Shapes, which is a cute like used bookstore / community space. And we're also going to go to Midslumber because I have a couple horror books and I know that she has some books for me. So it's going to be a busy day, and then I have to finish cleaning because it's still kind of a disaster in here. And then we get to work on our book journal and watch some movies, if you care about movies. I don't know what we're watching yet. I just want something kind of fun. After watching the finale of season 1 of The Pit and just also like living in America, I need something that's a little chill, I think. Let's go get some Dutch Bros, bring it to one of my favorite booksellers ever, and unhaul some books. I don't know how in focus I am. I do think it's just looking at the steering wheel, so sorry. I have good news, and then I have stupid news, and then I have more good news. Good news. Actually, you're gonna watch me eat my first good news. I got Gang's Noodle House, which if you've never been to Portland and you're in Alberta, it's pretty freaking good. Stupid news is that I forgot the books I was gonna sell, which is fine for Midslumber because Mick's literally coming over tonight, but I'm gonna have to come back into Portland tomorrow to sell to Second Shape, so we're not going there today. The other good news is that I have a little bit of a book haul. Sorry, I just really didn't think that you needed to see me like eat that. Sorry if you were looking forward to it. Okay, what did I get? The only thing that I spent my own money on, this activator keychain from The Substance. She's so cute. I do have my keys right now. Let's put it on together. And then all the other books that I got were either payment or I needed them for book club or they're arcs that I get to borrow. Boom. Because I don't really have a keychain right now, so this will be fun. We're gonna have fun here. She really adds to my 4 library cards that I have on here. First, our Weird Girl book club pick of March, because I had to make everyone vote really early. So that, no wait, this is February, so I do actually need to read this month. That's fine. It's really short. My Sister the Serial Killer by Oyinkan Braithwaite. I'm assuming it's about her sister, the serial killer. I'm really excited about this. I've heard that it's really fun. I'll be reading that actually probably this month. And then I got 2 arcs to borrow, and then a shelf trophy, and then a book I'm really looking forward to. The book I'm really looking forward to is For Human Use by Sarah G. Pierce. This is really big for like what it is. It's about an app where you can match like in the way that you would match on like Tinder, but with dead bodies. That's for me. The arcs are Make Me Better by Sarah Gailey, which I'm really, really excited for. This is gonna be so good and so weird. I really liked Spread Me last year by Sarah Gailey. I want to read everything that they've ever written now. I've heard really good things about The Echo Wife too. And then The Girl with a Thousand Faces by Sunyi Dean. This is not horror, so I don't really know if Mick's gonna end up reading it. I personally am really excited for it. I don't know if this one is sapphic either, but I know their first book was sapphic. The Girl with a Thousand Faces. I think it's just straight fantasy. Actually, hopefully gay fantasy, but you know what I mean. The cover is just so good. And then finally, I have my shelf trophy of Cruelty Free. This one is so fun and weird. Nothing like totally groundbreaking, but I did really like it. And I was gonna get a shelf trophy for myself when I was off my book buying ban, but might as well, you know, use the resources I have available. So now I think that today we're gonna go to a couple bookstores and tomorrow we're gonna go to a couple bookstores because I still have to go home and finish cleaning before Mick comes over. So I think what we're gonna do is kind of stay in the area. I want to go to Honey Words still, which is a little bit of a drive, and then Melville Books, which is a less of a drive. Maybe Up and Up Books too, since we're not going up north. It's not even like it's that hard to get anywhere in Portland. I just don't have the time today. Like, I would do it if I didn't have to have things clean by like 4 p.m. because it's noon, which is not that bad. I should be so good on time. And I was thinking that I had to get all of my book covers for my book journal before Mick got there, but I can print them when she's there. I don't know why I thought I had to have all of this done by the time she got here. So we should be good. Also, my Dutch is really good today. If you're wondering, I get a drink called the Eclipse Rebel, which is like their take on Red Bull. And I do acknowledge that this just kind of tastes like battery acid, but it's a battery acid I enjoy. I'm just so out of focus. I know the steering wheel is really interesting, but what if we focused on me? Anyway, let's go to more bookstores. Bookstore haul when you're on a book buying ban. I struggled a little bit, mostly because the second store I went to was so cute. Let's talk about Melville first. First, I got a gift certificate. Cute. They're just like paper like this, which is fun. And I also got a sticker because I'm doing this thing in my Hobonichi where I am putting some kind of memorabilia from every bookstore that I go to this year. So far, it's only 3. But it's gonna look really cute when it's all done, and like, look at that. I'll probably like stick it under a little bit. Can't even see it. I'll probably like stick it under there a little bit. And then I did get a bookmark from Honeyed Words, but I don't have it like right here, but it's gonna go in there too. And then I got this print because it's also a tattoo shop. I don't know if you could tell that from all the cute art that's in there. All the tattoo artists also have their art in there, which I think is so fun. And then I got this little sticker for Mick for when she comes. I have the table all set up. We'll be able to spread out. She's going to pick up wings. And we're going to watch some weird and fun movies. And I'm going to fill out my book journal. It's going to be such a good night. And I'm very excited about it. I need to charge you and start getting my book covers together. And we'll probably have to yap for an extended amount of time before we get down to business, but I'm very excited. And it was just such a good day. The third bookstore I did try to go to though is online only now, but it still looks like they have a location on maps, so I went there for nothing. But it wasn't that far away, and it's fine. And we're going to more bookstores tomorrow too. And like, I can't buy any books right now, so it really doesn't matter. Even though I did get like 5 books today, but 2 of them I'm borrowing. And I'm just so excited for my book journal. If you want to see me set it up, I did, set it up. And my beloved photo printer, RIP, is in it too. I never updated you again last night because we were having a bestie time and I didn't want to interrupt that. I did figure out I figured out how to use my printer and print off a 4x6 photo. The colors are off because one of our colors is kind of out, but it was like enough for me to continue. And I just wanted to start filling stuff out. So I think I need to print more stuff off today and write actual reviews for things that I want to write reviews for. So we have more journaling time together, never fear. And I'll show you what I did yesterday because I think it's looking really good. I'm really happy with how much effort I thought I was going to want to put into it this year. It was perfect. And we watched 3 movies, which is not like our highest amount of movies watched in one sitting, but I also got a lot of journaling done. Like, we definitely aren't just like locked into the movie and watching it, you know? I can't do that. That's not how I'm built. But we watched Death Becomes Her. That was really, really good. I love Meryl Streep. And also Bruce Willis. Did not recognize him right away. Crazy business. It's like very like camp and of its time in a fun way. Like, not of its time in like, oh, they said a lot of slurs. Like, of its time in this, it's kind of like the special effects. Really like that. Probably give that like 4.5 stars. And before that we watched Bottoms, which is like probably the most recent release we've ever watched. I liked it. I like Ayo Edebiri very much. I think she's very funny. It was just like a silly teen movie, but almost everybody was a lesbian. Also, Kaya Gerber cannot act. Gave that 4 stars. And then we also watched Red Riding Hood, but with Amanda Seyfried, and I think I've wanted to watch that since like high school. I love Amanda Seyfried, and this was like a fantasy, like a dark gothic fantasy kind of movie. And Amanda Seyfried is Red Riding Hood, and this village is concerned with a werewolf. I liked it. It was, we were trying to figure out what the term was for like, in The Thing, when everyone is like, there is an imposter here, who is it? We couldn't really figure out what it was called, but I really like books with that trope in it, like We Spread or The Extra. Both of those books I feel like are really, that's like the crux of the story. So I did really like this movie for that, and also just like the gothicness, and I love Amanda Seyfried. There was a couple actresses that definitely had like iPhone face, and that took me out of it a little bit. Also, Bella's dad from Twilight was in it, and that man should keep a mustache all the time. He should not take the mustache off. But it was still really good, and I enjoyed it. 4.25. It was like in between the other 2 that we watched, and it was just a good time. The wings did make my stomach hurt, and I woke up with a stomachache this morning, but it's fine. I'm so brave. We still have to go sell the books, and I think that's all I'm gonna do in Portland today. Second Shapes is right next to Posey's though, and I do need to get their pumpkin bread. It's just kind of like a law. The other bookstore that I thought I was going to go to today is actually closed on Sundays. That's not like super true of places in Portland, but like there's a lot of small businesses that aren't open every single day of the week, which I totally get. So it's probably just going to be Second Shapes, maybe Bishop and Wild too. We'll see. I kind of want to just like come back home. I need to do some editing things. I need to do some book journal things, and I need to read some books too. And just like Sunday is a tough day for Madison personally. Sunday scaries are a chronic illness in this house, but it's okay. Also, I'm like 80% done with the book that you saw this morning, How to Be Anti-Racist by Ibram X. Kendi. So good. He does a really good job of like interspersing his personal anecdotes in a way that feel really relevant to each chapter topic. Just like, if you're white, you should be reading this. It's so good. And he comes to Portland at the end of March, and I might go. It is like $35, but you do get that hardcover book, so it's basically like free as long as you buy the book, which I think with his books I just will want to, because I will want to annotate them. I read Stamped, but like the one that is targeted towards young adults, earlier this month too, and I think I want to read like the adult version. It's just so good, and he has just like such a way of making nonfiction so interesting. I haven't read a ton of nonfiction, so maybe that's like an unfair assumption, but I feel like sometimes it is hard for me to be like invested in nonfiction and not find it dry. And sometimes you just like need to get information across, and I get that, and sometimes books are more like reference material than like reading material, but his books are definitely reading material. And I'm not gonna forget, we are going to pick them up right now, the books that I am selling. And who knows, maybe we'll pick up a couple books, because in my head, store credit doesn't count as buying books. That is simply a trade, a gift. So there might be another book haul this weekend. We'll see. I really want to pick up For Human Use, but I am going to save it. I don't know what for. I think there could be a really fun vlog theme to do with, I don't know, maybe like dating apps or dead people. I don't know, or maybe like Black Mirror kind of stories, because this is definitely, I actually think both of these could be kind of Black Mirror-esque. They're so long. This is very fun. This also looks very fun. Yeah, I think both of these could be Black Mirror. So if I find one more, then we can have a Black Mirror vlog with 3 books, and that would be really fun. If you actually watch my vlogs and you've made it right here, let me know your favorite Black Mirror kind of book. I've read a lot of them, I think, so I need to figure out one more. Let's go get a coffee, go sell some books, and then come back home. I also need to do laundry, but I don't think that's going to be very interesting to you, so. I've just finished editing, like short form content editing for today, which I'm glad to be done with. I think we might get the sun to peek out a little bit again, so it'd be really nice going along. I went to 2 bookstores, as you saw, and also got my dirty chai from Dragonfly. Is it Dragonfly Chai? It wasn't very sweet, which like I didn't ask for sweetener, so like that's totally fine. And I waited until I got home and put pumpkin in it to drink it. I also made $49, well, $49 of store credit at Second Shapes when I sold books. So that's really, really nice. And then it was like 2 big tote bags of books out of my house, which is great. I put my Pango shop on sale, so hopefully anybody buys off of my Pango shop. But if not, I think I'm going to take those books to Wallace on Friday. And I'm excited for all of these books to be out of my house because there's enough books in this house, I think. For now, at least. You saw my book journal. You saw me finishing it up. I'm really happy with how this is turning out. This is just such a perfect size. This is so cute. I need a chicken sticker to put on here, and I think I'm going to try and find a quote, but I only read this physically and I didn't want to get up. But it's coming together. I need to print out what books I'm reading for some of like the year-long readathons that I'm participating in, because I don't have those book covers. But I think this turned out really cute, especially the coffin covers one for Jan's readathon. I love this sticker. So I'm all caught up and I think I'm gonna be able to, you know, keep up with it. What else? I don't know if we're really doing anything else bookish tonight other than just reading, which is bookish, but I'm not reading anything for you. It'll be probably after this one, maybe before. I'm not sure. Maybe we'll straighten up my bookshelves because they could kind of use it. Would that be fun? I do have a couple books that I got yesterday to put on bookshelves, so yeah, I guess we'll organize our bookshelves and that'll probably be it for this very bookish weekend that I have really, really enjoyed. Actually, it's now days later and I still haven't put away all of the books that I have on the floor. So we're gonna do it together. I'm actively editing this video, and I think that, you know, we can at least do this together. And voiceover Madison,
hello,
can kind of let you know my thought process behind my shelf organization. I did do a video when I first built these shelves, and by me I mean my husband built these shelves and I put the books on the shelves. So it was a two-person job, but I'm gonna put books away and you can listen to also me.
okay, perfect. Wow, I'm so fast and efficient. The little shelf on the far right is kind of like an author specific shelf, or it was, and now it's just like very much a miscellaneous shelf. And then the one where the books are sideways is mostly sci-fi and fantasy. The sideways books though are kind of just what I want to read next, and then the shelf over from that is mostly fantasy. And the very bottom shelf is just again miscellaneous, and then the next shelf over is horror, except for the shelf that's like kind of at my head level. The fantasy and horror ones, those are all arcs that I need to get to relatively soon.
Okay, we're down here now, and now I'm going to talk to you because I'm trying to get together my TBR for the Trans Rights Readathon. Everything is going to come off of my physical TBR because I do have so many books that I do think fit, and it'll be a good way to read a bunch of books that I'm really excited about all at once. And this readathon is only like 2 weeks long, but here's a sneak peek of what I'm thinking. I'm gonna explain anything to you though, because I probably will make like a TBR video. This is my last Andrew Joseph White to read of things that he has out so far, so I have to get to this one. And this is the Midslumber Media Weird Girl pick for March, so I'm really excited to get to this one too. This is a really full TBR, but we'll see about it. I'm really hopeful that I can get to most of those. They're books that I'm so excited about too, so I'm just really hoping that I can crank through books, not like to get through them, but just because I'm very excited about them. And that's the end of the weekend. It's not even the weekend anymore, but thanks for spending a bookish weekend with me plus a day. I hope that this was fun, interesting. I had a great weekend personally. And leave me, is there a dragonfly emoji for dragonfly chai, or just like any kind of bug emoji? And I will see you in the next one. Bye.